It's Tuesday, April 15, 2025, and this is 2+ Minutes in the Law and Politics. Have you seen that photo of the men in the El Salvador prison seated with their feet or legs around the body in front of them, and they're seated back to back to back like Jenga pieces? That photo triggers me. It reminds me of the time 2.5 years ago when I was touring the Auschwitz and Berkowitz prison in Poland. I heard stories of the atrocities that occurred there, and I stood in the place where poison came out of the showers, and I stood in the barn-type facility where the people slept side by side by side, barely clothed in freezing temperature on hay. When I see that picture of the men in El Salvador, that's what I see. I see the type of atrocities that the Nazis committed against Jews in Poland and in other places. Why do I say that? Well, these men, like the ones in Poland, are side by side by side. They're barely clothed and their heads are shaved. And it's clear to me that they are in submission. Not a one of them is moving, not a one of them is talking. They are sitting there in complete and total submission, like somebody that's been beaten to not move. The photos are degrading. They're circulating these photos around the world as if these men are animals or worse, or just objects. These men have no privacy, I'm sure. I'm sure the showers are group showers. I'd be shocked if the toilet had a door. They are on foreign soil. You know, the Germans shipped the prisoners to Poland by train. America's no better. America put these men on airplanes in the middle of the night without following the law that required them to go before a judge, and shipped them by plane to El Salvador and has them there in a prison that few people have been allowed to go into. The family members of these people haven't been allowed to communicate with them. There's no visitation. What about lawyers? Usually lawyers, even on death row in Texas, lawyers are allowed to see the person on death row. And instead, no one's getting to see these people. I'd be shocked if Garcia Abrego's still alive. The Trump administration is sure fighting hard to keep anyone